This is Inside the Trenches, where PJ Candido and Max Ruiz break down the top 3 rushing performances around the NFL.
What's going on? This is episode 6 of In the Trenches. We're going to look at the top 3 rushing performances from Week 9 in the NFL season. I'm PJ Candido. With me, as always, is Max Ruiz. And Max, now for the second week in a row, we feature Melvin Gordon of the San Diego Chargers. He had 196 rushing yards and a touchdown on 32 carries, and he's really starting to pick it up in this latter half of the NFL season.
Yeah, last week when we analyzed Gordon, they had a lot of inside zone plays and power schemes. But this week, the Chargers, they ran a lot of draw. They had success with that when you got a QB like Phillip Rivers who can spread the field. Draw is a really successful run play.
Gordon is now third in the NFL in rushing yards with 768 on the year. Let's take a look at the film and see how they're getting it done up.
Here's a draw look from the Chargers. The fullback and the center are a great job here. They're the open guys. They pick up the blitzing linebackers. And here, Gordon, he just finds the hole and he's out. Here's another look at draw. Notice the guard pulling around on this one, and the tackles. They're going to give the DNs a high hat. They're going to sell the pass, and Gordon's up the middle for a tough 5.
The second running back we're going to take a look at is Mark Ingram of the New Orleans Saints. The Saints beat the 49ers 41-23. Ingram had only 15 carries, but 158 yards and a touchdown, including a 75-yard touchdown run. He really had a chip on his shoulder last Sunday, didn't he?
Yeah, I would have a chip on my shoulder if I was him too. He got benched the game before for fumbling only on 3 carries. It's just a no-no for a running back, but as soon as his name was called again, he was ready. He ran hard this past game, and we'll show you on the film. Here we got a tackle overlook. Notice how the Saints have 3 offensive linemen on the right, 6 in total. The right tackle, he just gets enough of the blitzing linebacker, and Ingram does a great job staying square. Notice here how he stays square with his shoulders the whole time, just jump cutting in and out, and then he finds it. Here's another zone play with the aiming point being a little bit wider. We get a great seal on the right side with our right guard putting his eyes back inside and getting the scraping linebacker. And Ingram, he's gone. 75 yards on this one.
The third and final running back we're going to take a look at is Latavius Murray of the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders got a big win on Sunday Night Football, 30-20 over the Denver Broncos. Latavius Murray had his first 100-yard rushing game of the season, and he also had 3 touchdowns to add to that.
Yeah, anytime a running back goes for over 100 yards, it's considered a good game, but my eyes were immediately up front. Right guard, they have Azamili, who just signed from Baltimore, 5 for $58 million. He's a nasty player. He's showing really well. And also on the other side, Gabe Jackson. He's coming back after a great year last year, so they have some veterans.
Yeah, the Raiders are 4th in the entire league at 127 rushing yards per game. Let's take a look up front and see how they got it done Sunday night.
They say the NFL is a copycat league, and you could see it here with the Raiders. They do the tackle overlook. Notice they got 6 offensive linemen in the game. Get a great push, and then Murray, he's off the edge. Here the Raiders show yet another play with 6 offensive linemen, except they're going to run away from the strength here. The big block is going to be the fullback. He's got an isolation block up to the linebacker, and he wins it. And Murray makes 1 cut, and he's up.
That wraps it up for this week's edition of In the Trenches. Come back next week and see who dominates up front in Week 10 of the NFL season.